Bruh. Okay. Before I get into the reading, this download, I heard someone in my energy or someone's thoughts or something. I heard someone say, dog, what is she wearing? The answer, what she wants to. Okay? What she wants to. That's what she's wearing. What she wants to. Okay? Now, I don't know what energy is going to come out. I was not given a download. I'm a little cold. I was not given a download before I hopped on or anything. So, what's going on up over there? Am I seeing things? My bad, y'all. There's an empty house across the street from me. And I look and I can see through the front window. So there's someone in the house. Like I see them moving around in the house. There's no car in the driveway. There's no workers there. I don't know what's up with that. But I know they possibly ain't supposed to be in there. Okay. Like I was saying, I didn't get a download or anything, but I feel like this is the message. This is the download. Oh my goodness, I just heard, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Oh, okay. Now I don't see anything. Okay. So, this energy that I'm picking up on, for whoever this is for, someone might be watching you. Or you feel like somebody is watching you, okay? Now, if this isn't you physically feel like a person is watching you, then this is the energy of like you're seeing someone's spiritual gifts are waking up. Okay, someone's spiritual gifts are waking up. So whoever you are that I'm talking to, you always feel like somebody's watching you. You keep seeing things in your peripheral. You keep seeing shadows and figures moving and people walking around and stuff around you. Nobody else sees it. Okay. So you feel like you're always being watched. You feel like you're always seeing something or someone. You feel like you're always being watched. It's your spiritual gifts. They're coming online. Okay? So you, like I said, you may see shadows in your peripheral. You may see people walking by doorways that aren't there. People outside of windows that aren't there. Hearing people talking that aren't there, etc. Your spiritual gifts are coming online. When I first realized that I had some kind of ability, I wasn't even in my spiritual journey. It was years and years ago. I didn't start my spiritual journey until I was like 34. No, I didn't start my spiritual journey until I was like 38. Excuse me. I was like 38, 39. Okay. But I had abilities and spiritual gifts my whole life. But because I was unawakened and I hadn't started my spiritual awakening or my spiritual journey, I had no idea what exactly my gifts were. I thought it was just, oh, that's weird that I had this dream and then it happened. Oh, that's weird that I felt this way and then this happened. I always thought it was just coincidence. I didn't even think, like, my logical, regular human mind did not think, girl, this is some extra. How did you know that person was going to grab that doorknob? Why did you have that dream about the girl that passed away in your dorm and now you're having a dream about her calling on the phone? Like, I had no idea because I was third eye closed, unawakened. I had no clue. But since I was 3, I've had abilities. My mom told me I used to learn dance moves from my grandfather, her dad. My grandpa died a month before I was born. My mom swore up and down that we must have passed each other. We must have passed each other on my way in and his way out. Because from age like 3 until like 5, my mom said I would come in from being in my room, and I always played alone. I would come in from being in my room and say, Mom, look. And I would show her an old dance from like 50s, 60s, 70s that me, a 3 to 5-year-old, should not have known. In the 80s, I was born in 83. Me, a 3 to 5-year-old, should not have known these dances that I was showing my mother. She would ask me, Who showed you that? And she told me. I would tell her, Grandpa showed me. Again, my grandpa passed away a month before I was born. When I was 16 years old in Sacramento Job Corps, there was a girl in my dorm that came up missing. I literally had a dream that she called on the payphone in the dorm, and I answered it. When I answered it, she whispered her name, Ashley, and hung up. A few days later, maybe a week later, we found out that the missing girl from my dorm, her name was Ashley. I didn't know that at the time because I was still new to Job Corps. Her name was Ashley. She ended up being unalived by her boyfriend, and they found her like up the street behind the gas station. Okay, so my gifts have always been there, but because I was unawakened, because my third eye was closed, because I was not on my spiritual journey, I didn't understand them. They didn't mean anything. I couldn't control them. I didn't even So your spiritual gifts are unlocking, coming online. You're going through some kind of spiritual awakening. You're about to see and experience things you have maybe never seen and experienced before. And if you have seen and experienced them before, you're going to actually understand them. You're going to learn how to use them. You're going to learn how to control them. Okay? Okay. What else for this energy spirit? Interesting. I am being guided to the Citadel deck. I bought these because they're an archetype deck, and I like archetypes. I also bought these because of their shape. That's not a typical card. I like things that aren't typical, okay? Clearly. I like things that aren't typical. Spirit, universe, divine, God, Ra, spirit guides, spirit team, archangels, guardian angels. What messages do you have for the collective? What additional messages do you have for the collective? Make me a clear channel in order to receive and relay these messages clearly and concisely for everyone to understand. Archangel Michael, place a hedge around me and the collective as I tap into this energy and do this reading. Keep all negative energy and entities out of my energy and out of this reading, and cause all monitoring spirits to go blind and deaf. Ashe. So what else does the collective need to know about this, about their gifts coming online? What else, Spirit, does the collective need to know about these gifts of theirs, their awakening, their gifts, etc.? Wrong camera. Musician, inspirational, gratitude, or inspiration, excuse me, gratitude. Someone is unlocking the spiritual gift and ability to get messages from music, kind of like I do. Okay, someone's unlocking the gift of getting inspiration and messages from music, like I do. Also, you could be a musician. Someone could play the guitar. Someone could play the guitar, the sitar, the violin. I'm hearing the cello. Whew, okay, the guitar, the sitar, the violin, and the cello. Someone could play those. Stringed instrument, okay? If so, your spiritual gift that you're unlocking, you're unlocking the ability to be inspired by spirit, by God, by universe, and create music straight from the ethers, okay? So the music you are playing, creating on this guitar, sitar, violin, cello, etc., whatever stringed instrument this is, could even be a quitar. I'm seeing Q-U-A-T-A-R, quitar. Okay, whatever it is, it's stringed. And the music you are creating or about to start creating, you might not be used to playing this type of music, but whatever this is, it's being channeled directly from source, straight from God, through your fingertips, okay? So that's someone's spiritual gift. Stop trying to block my throat. I don't know who or what is trying to block my throat chakra from speaking, but see, it's been a while since I had to come on here and act my... Listen, Linda, whoever this is, trying to send this energy to stop me from speaking, to mess up what I'm trying to say, to return to sender, Uno reverse. Haven't we learned this lesson about messing with me yet? Stop it. Now, when this comes back to you, whoever you are, you better hope that it doesn't come back as meningitis. Because that's literally what I just fucking heard and felt. Meningitis. That's 24 hours, baby. 24 hours. Anyway, like I was trying to say before, I was really interrupted by somebody's weird ass evil eye, whatever energy that was. It's coming. You still trying it? That's what I thought. Anyway, also, at the bottom of the deck, I caught the waker. So whoever you are, and look, now my throat is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Yeah. Whoever you were, whoever that was, that came from, you better hope it don't come back as meningitis. You got 24 hours if it does. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. Anyway, I don't like having to get like that. But when I do, things happen. Anyway, so like I was saying, you are literally awakening, spiritual awakening your gifts. The waker. It also says awareness, reflection. Now, remember when I said you may have already had these gifts, but you weren't aware of them because you weren't awakened? Yeah. Well, now you're awakened or you're awakening. You are about to have full awareness of your spiritual gifts. Also, reflection, that's giving that you need to meditate. You need to reflect, meditate, go within so you can talk to God, spirit, universe, divine, your spirit guide, spirit team, whoever is bestowing this upon you, so that you can learn how to use these gifts, okay? You don't just get gifts and all of a sudden you know how to use them. No, because like I said, I've had mine my whole life and I never had control of them. I never knew how to use them, okay? So you're going to have to learn how to use these gifts. Also, this is part of your fate. It's part of your destiny. It's part of your purpose, these gifts, okay? So also these gifts could be to help people. It says accepting help and guidance. I feel like you're the one that's going to be giving help and guidance with these gifts. It's fated. It's part of your destiny. The walker, it says a journey. Yeah, spiritual journey, okay? I'm going to take that too. So yeah, you are about the witch. Now, as I stated on my live yesterday, I personally do not consider myself to be a witch, okay? I am a goddess. I am a god. Why do I say that? Because why do I say that? I have gone into my Akashic record. I know exactly who I was, who I am, and who I'm supposed to be. Therefore, I am not a witch. I am a goddess. I wonder if you can guess which one. Anyway, I said yesterday in my live how I started my spiritual journey learning witchcraft. I was guided to the moon first. Then I was guided to spells, witchcraft, etc. Then, once I learned about what was going on with the spiritual warfare in my life and who and what was coming against me, I elevated beyond witchcraft. I don't need the witchcraft. If you've seen or heard me say it, I don't need to conjure shit. I don't need a spell. I don't need a chant. I don't need to conjure a damn thing. All I got to do is speak it out loud or think it. Literally. Okay? So you could be starting your spiritual journey with witchcraft, with spell work. That's fine. A lot of people don't know that there's a level beyond that. A lot of people start and learn the witchcraft, learn the spell work, and just stop there. They get stuck there. There's more. There's more. There's so much more. My shelf behind me, this whole 2 rows right here, all the way across, used to be full of herbs and all kinds of stuff. Okay? I haven't touched those things in a year. I haven't really touched them in a year. Besides like burning some cloves or something like that here and there, I don't need to do any of that anymore. I've evolved. I've elevated. I've ascended beyond that level. Okay? So you're starting your spiritual journey possibly learning about the moon, learning about witchcraft, learning about spell work, experimentation, rebellion. If you continue on your path, on your journey, if you reflect, meditate, go within, talk to God, etc., you will learn and find, if you actually do the healing work too, the shadow work, the inner healing, you will learn and find that there is a level beyond the witchcraft, okay? So when I say I am not a witch, I absolutely mean that. I am not anymore. I started off that way, yes. But I have ascended. I have elevated. I have outgrown that, okay? So, like I said, you may be starting your journey the same way I started mine, as a witch, as learning witchcraft, as learning spell work, okay? But you won't be doing that for long, the shepherd, because you're going to ascend. If you stick to your meditation, your guidance, etc., you're going to ascend and you're going to become a shepherd. What was Jesus? They consider Jesus a shepherd, right? Right. There's more beyond the witchcraft. There's more beyond being a witch. Christ consciousness. Jesus didn't turn water to wine. He manifested it instantly. When you can instantly manifest, what do you need to write it down and burn it for? What do you need to do a spell for if you can instantly manifest? You don't. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's a level beyond, and you're going to reach that level beyond once you continue or stay on this spiritual path. You're going to become a shepherd, somewhat like Jesus with the Christ consciousness, the abilities, okay, etc. I feel like that's all I have for this message. The moral of the story, the moral of the message, your gifts are unlocking. They're coming online. Okay, you may be starting off, like I said, in witchcraft, learning spell work, etc. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how I started off. But if you continue on your journey, on your path, awakening, healing, etc., you will find there's more beyond that. Okay? And I feel like the group that I'm talking to in the collective, you're going to reach that beyond. You are. You will. You absolutely will. It's just going to take a little time, possibly. But everybody's on different time. It depends on you, your spiritual ranking of your soul, etc., how fast you are able to move through your awakening, okay? People tend to find it strange that I've only been reading tarot for 2 years, but I have the abilities that I do. I don't need any of this at all whatsoever. I just need silence or to take a walk, a notepad and a pen. I don't need any of this. All this is for entertainment purposes. It's to get the audience involved. It's to show that I know what I'm saying, because when I say it and then the card comes out after, like, it's all just, all this is 3D, okay? But I don't need any of it. None of it at all. So I feel like whoever this message is for, that's where you're headed. The same energy. People are going to be shocked at how fast you learn or caught on to things, but it doesn't matter how long you've been doing something. Like I said, there's tarot readers that have been reading for 10, 20, 30 years. And there's abilities that I have that those readers don't have, and I've only been doing this for 2. Or I learned quicker than some readers, but I've only been doing this for 2. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing something in the spiritual realm, okay? How long you've been doing something, certifications, paperwork, certificate. None of that shit matters. None of that matters in the spiritual realm. It's about rank. It's about your soul. It's about your heart. It's about your healing. Okay? So the reader that may have been reading for 20 years may not be healed in the right places. They may not have continued certain things on their journey or in their awakening. Maybe their soul is just not ranked to be able to do certain things. You understand? So don't worry about how long you're doing something or how long someone else has been doing the thing that you're learning. Okay? It doesn't fucking matter. What matters is your dedication to your healing, your dedication to your journey, your connection with spirit, universe, divine, God, Ra, whoever you call them, and your spiritual ranking, the ranking of your soul. Because everybody is not on the same level spiritually. No, there are souls that are higher ranking than others. And you'll learn that once you continue on your journey, okay? But I'm going to leave this here. And I will see you in another one. Toodles.